Albertson College of Idaho is the oldest institution of higher education in the state of Idaho. We were founded in 1891. We provide a four-year curriculum for a group of very bright students who come to the institution for a variety of different majors, but primarily a foundation in terms of liberal arts. We have some ambitious goals over the next several years. We have a little over 800 students today, and 5 to 6 years from now, we'd like to grow that amount of students by 200 to 250 students. That will provide us with a tuition revenue that will allow us to invest back in the campus in terms of our faculty and more student scholarships, and to keep the plant, in the physical plant, in the kind of character that we need to be a nationally competitive liberal arts college.
The problem that we faced was fairly simple, but it was huge. We were using materials that were not effective and were not generating the numbers that we needed to meet the goals of the college. We have experienced as low as a 2% response rate with some of the more expensive marketing materials that we put together. The higher education world and industry is extremely competitive because we realized that we were competing with the big state schools with much larger budgets. We knew that we had to do something differently and something that was a lot more effective than what we had done before.
In the past, our recruiting efforts have been limited by the approach that we took, and that is you buy thousands of names from ACT and SAT, which is the normal process of finding out students who may look like your profile.
And you can be as selective as you want or as general as you want in the criteria that you select. We can choose the type of high school that they go to, or if they only want to go to out-of-state schools. You can be as specific as you want, but we weren't using that information. We did not have the mechanisms that we needed to work with. We were sending the same letter or the same brochure to hundreds of thousands of students across the country, and we did not customize it. We didn't mention their location, their year in school. It was very general.
When I was first checking out colleges and schools, it seemed like I didn't know how some of these schools got my information. I received tons and tons of material from schools all over the country. All the materials that they sent me were all basically the same. I mean, there was nothing different about them, and they really didn't know anything about me.
We were approached by Hewlett-Packard about this point when we realized, okay, this is a serious problem. We're spending a lot of money and we're not getting the results that we want, and we're not getting the results that our competitors are getting.
HP has been really very significant for us in the whole field of information technology. So it was just a natural extension from us to go from where we were purchasing much of our hardware to purchasing this new marketing product that was being developed by HP.
So HP approached us. They were excited about the potential because they saw the data that we had access to. They said, you can personalize your message. They showed us some VDP process examples to set up the actual brochure. The design part was taken care of. We didn't have to worry about that. We consulted them. We decided which variables were most influential in a student's decision. We put the data together. We sent the data file off to the printer, and it hit the mail. In a matter of 3 to 4 weeks, we knew what the results were and the effectiveness of the piece. When we personalized the front of the brochure, we included their first name printed right on the cover, but it also had a statement as to where they were in their college process. Also on the front page was a blurb about geography, so if they were from a distance, their message would be completely different than the students from our backyard. Inside you would have a couple different variables depending on how much information we had from them. Academic majors, specific information about their extracurricular interests, and then on the back it gave them the information about the staff members that they would work with based on their geography.
And what variable data printing allowed us to really come to grips with was that we could differentiate our market in a way that we've never done before, and therefore connect to people in a way we've never done before, and attract not only more students, but better students.
We have become more competitive with the state schools. We're winning more of those students who are choosing to come to Albertson College. Even though they're still considering them, they know that this is a better match for them. I think this process made us change our way of thinking. This kind of forced us to step back and think a little more strategically. The process in analyzing the data from this project made us realize to be more effective in our marketing campaigns, we need to put our resources towards the junior and sophomore recruitment rather than dumping the resources into the seniors, which we had done before.
When I received the mailing, my name was printed on it. I opened it up. It was specifically my interests. It was prepared for me instead of for the majority of people. It had the biology and the pre-med programs and the outdoors activities, the clubs that I was interested in. It's kind of like, wow, this is cool.
And one of the great things we realized after the VDP process was completed was, looking at the actual piece, this is it. This is who we are. We are an institution that is purely about personalization. When we returned from Christmas break and we saw what we had, it was as if, you know, Santa had delivered a big, gigantic bag of inquiry cards responses. And as it turned out, we saw about an 18% response rate. I was absolutely thrilled and knew that this piece was going to mean big things for us.
We were surprised. To go from 2% to 18% was pretty significant for us. Variable data printing holds out really a very important way for us to begin to achieve our goal, and that is the expansion of our student body by 200 to 250 students over the next several years. So we're excited about this product and what it can mean for the college, and even enhancing more of the kinds of things that we provide students into this community.